Okay.
You know, Jeannie D is changing the name to Jeannie D Mathis.
Okay.
So you need to hook it
girl.
up for me, girl. Thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to your performance a little bit later.
Thank you so much for having me.
We love Miss Cosmo.
Radio host, producer, DJ, and all-round powerhouse. Absolutely love Miss Cosmo, and that's exactly what we're bringing you throughout the show. Females killing it in their different industries. Now, after the break, we meet Arlene Ware to chat about her illustrious firefighting career. So connect with us online and tell us which woman is your favorite game changer in the entertainment industry. Remember to use the hashtag Afternoon Express in your comments. See you after the break.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. So this week we are featuring LG's innovative air conditioners that are not only efficient at keeping your home cool in the summer, but it'll keep you warm during the colder months without costing you an arm and a leg and without the risks that come with other forms of winter heating. So traditionally, air conditioners can be incredibly expensive to run, especially with really high electricity costs in South Africa. But with LG's groundbreaking inverter compressor technology, you can save up to 70% on energy usage.
Now those are savings. The inverter compressor is able to run at a low speed with more sustainability, and according to LG's most recent tests, you're able to keep the unit running in your home for approximately 8 Rand a day. Now that's a small price to pay to keep your home warm and cozy during the winter.
I know, I've just got to keep this unit running this winter. Oh, now this is such a beautiful story. Arlene Ware has defied gender boundaries by becoming the first woman to hold a position as the head of operations in the Fire and Rescue Services since its establishment in 1845. So she joins us in the studio to chat to her about her achievements as a firefighter. Welcome, Arlene! Wow.
Hi, Jeannie.
I mean, you've certainly picked the right province to be in with all the fires that happen. I mean, you definitely have your work cut out for you. Congratulations and welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Jeannie. It's a pleasure. Thank you for the invite.
So, how did you become a fire? I mean, how did you start off and why? Did you start off as a firefighter?
No, I initially worked as an assistant accountant.
Okay.
And as time went on, I decided I needed to do something a bit more. And I wanted to do something for my community and myself. And that's, I had a brother in the fire service.
Yeah.
So I could see the service rendered by the fire department to the community. And that's when I took my cue and moved over and joined the fire service 23 years ago.
Amazing. I mean, today on the show, we're obviously celebrating women that have done firsts.
Yes.
And obviously, you having management positions, but not just one, a few, climbing the rungs of the fire department. You were the first woman ever to do that in South Africa. Take me through, I mean, the process and that journey of building and why you were able to do that.
As I said, I joined in 1996, and you do your initial training. I progressed through the ranks from firefighter to senior firefighter.
Yeah.
And after that, I became the first platoon station commander at that time.
Yeah.
I was on operations. I managed a district in the Helderberg on operations, and then I progressed from there to the fire safety side or fire prevention as such. And I became the first divisional commander in the fire service in City of Cape Town Fire and Rescue Service in 2014. And I managed the district of Blaauwberg up to Marmarie, Atlantis.
Amazing.
And just recently I got my promotion to the head of operations, District West.
Yeah.
And that district consists of 8 fire stations, consisting of the greater Cape Town area, Salt River, Hout Bay, Epping, the whole area.
Brilliant. Wow, what an achievement. I was about to say, girl, you are on fire. But you just put yourself out, if I had to say that. So I want to know, let's discuss the practical. So when you started, or when you were in training to be a firefighter, what did that training look like?
Well, the training wasn't any different for females. As you know, the females are not always as strong. You get some stronger females than males, but there was no differentiation between the training for men and for women.
Yeah.
We all did the same training.
And what is it? Like running, push-ups, sit-ups?
That's correct. You needed to do a 2.4 kilometer run.
Yeah.
And then you needed to do a bench or sit-ups, push-ups.
Yeah.
And we had the acrophobic and claustrophobic tests as well, because as a firefighter, you can't be acrophobic and claustrophobic because you need to go into tight spaces and, you know, climb ladders, which is part of the job as well.
You know, when I think of fires, it's kind of like how you see the ocean. It's a power and a force that is just all enveloping. It's terrifying. Were you scared, like the first time you got your call out to go and extinguish a fire?
You are a bit apprehensive as it is your first fire, but you got to rely on the training that you did and the continuous training at stations, which is done. So you take it from your training to carry you through, and also you're not alone, you're in a team. So you always go in 2 by 2, and you know, you rely on your partner.
Describe for us what it's like going into an environment where there's just radical flames.
Yes, like I said to the guy now, when you all run out, we run in. And look, if there's flames, we normally have to don our BA sets because of smoke inhalation. It is a bit terrifying, but as I said, if you have your equipment, your hoses with you, and you know, sometimes there's internal extinguishing methods we can also use. We got to find the seat of the fire, and that is what we basically go and look for. And if there's a rescue, that is part of the firefighting as well.
You are so tremendously brave, and really, I think everybody, especially in Cape Town, because we do get all those so many really bad fires so often, I think there isn't a member of this province that doesn't salute you and really respect what you do. But also because you've definitely opened the road for other women to now be involved. So what advice do you have for other women who want to follow in your footsteps?
As I said, for other women wanting to join, this is a passion. It's not just a job. You need to have a heart for it. And you need to be courageous, also not too emotional. Sometimes emotional, all depends the type of calls you sometimes get, because we're not only doing fire, we're doing medical rescue as well. So my advice to younger women and, you know, wanting to join, they must be dedicated and committed to the job or as a career, and then they will make a success of it.
And then just some advice so that we can all be really decent citizens. How can we avoid fires?
Well, please don't throw your cigarette butts out on the drive.
Is that a cause?
Yes, it is a definite cause, especially in summertime. Our areas are dry and people normally just flick their cigarettes out. not realizing that maybe the wind might pick it up and blow it over to a dry area.
Yeah.
And that does cause fires.
You know, often in summer season in Cape Town, there's fires there, fires there. Is it most often arson?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. All depends.
Okay.
You know?
That's good to know. I was going to go out like a Ghostbuster and go and find those guys.
We've got eyes on you. We'll watch you.
You are unbelievable. We really do salute you as an Afternoon Express woman. Thank you so much for your bravery and your courage.
Thank you, Jeannie. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's so true when they say hustle and heart will set you apart. And we see that so clearly with Arlene as you're shining through. Now, we've been asking you on social media, who is a female game changer in the entertainment industry? And we've got some incredible suggestions here. We've got Royale and Mpho both agreeing that Queen Bee, Miss Bonang Matheba, is a game changer. And obviously, she has definitely paved the way for a lot of people in the entertainment industry who are female. We've also got Angela here saying the list is endless, but she has to go with Sho Madjozi. Welcome back to the country, Sho Madjozi. You definitely did put South Africa on the map internationally. Shout out to you. Now, we make the most delicious lime and coconut loaf with Chef Mo after the break. You definitely don't want to move a muscle for that.
What does it mean to be the face of Ponds? A few words come to mind. Empowered. Glamorous. With new opportunities. And if you think you have what it takes, simply enter by purchasing any Ponds product and visiting faceofponds.co.za to upload your photo, your bio, and the last 4 digits of your product's unique barcode. I am the face of Ponds. Are you?
Clover fresh milk is way better. Made with love by Clover.
And if you can't knock this camera, please go.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, we're always in need of a sweet treat, especially when it's cold outside. So a classic lime and coconut loaf is exactly what we need. And if you would love to try this at home, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. Remember, SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Chef Mo,
Yes.
this is looking good already. I want to get
Already.
stuck in. I've never made
Right.
this with some Clover Classic margarine.
Yeah, so it's quite a versatile fat spread that you can use for cooking and baking. So we're going to bake a little sweet treat today, as you
Yum.
said. And in here we've combined our Margie Classic fat spread with caster sugar and a bit of lime zest. So
Okay.
to that we're going to add an egg one at a time. So you can get the whisk
Okay.
and then just incorporate this really slowly and whisk. Yeah. Because
So
baking is a science, as you know.
That's what I was about to say. It's so interesting to me how you can't take anything for granted when it comes to baking
Yeah.
because there's a skill to it.
It is a skill, and you need to be really careful when you incorporate your ingredients. But this is pretty easy. I'm sure we're going to remember this.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to go in with a little bit of milk,
Okay.
just as part of our wet ingredients, and some lime juice.
I absolutely love citrus flavors, especially in baking.
Right.
It cuts through that creaminess and adds a little zing, a little zest.
A little tang.
A little tang to it. Uh-huh.
Okay, so to that, we're going to add our self-raising flour.
Okay.
Just a little bit to combine. And also our desiccated coconut, which we have toasted in the pan, just a little bit, just to get that toasty,
And that
flavor,
nuttiness to
that
it.
nuttiness. So in that goes, and then you just give that all, let them all come together. So you get that smell of that lime. It just comes alive with that coconut. It's like we said, it's a cocktail, but you can eat this cocktail.
This is the best type. And remember, if you do want to try this at home, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. Now we're adding...
So
our
I'm
little-
going to line. We're going to bake these in silicone molds. You did a great job, by the way.
I mean, who needs the gym when you're
Girl
whipping it up
power.
in the kitchen?
Just to give it a nice little crust at the end. And you
Okay.
can get onto our icing that
Okay.
we're going to top these ones with.
So I've kind of drawn a blank when it comes to icing.
Yeah.
Step by step, how do I make the perfect consistency,
Yeah.
the perfect tasty icing that can go with this lime and coconut
So
loaf?
you start with your icing sugar over there, and you're also going to need a bit of liquid. So because it's lime and coconut, we're going to go with some lime juice.
Okay,
To
is
your
that enough?
icing sugar, you can go with a bit more. Because we're going to drizzle that. We're going to
Oh,
drizzle
nice.
it all
Oop.
over. We want lots.
Okay.
Okay, some lime juice and a bit of hot water, and that's going to help to combine and then get that nice consistency to drizzle
okay.
over.
And how do I stir it up? Can I just use a teaspoon?
You can use the teaspoon and then make sure it all comes together nicely, nice and smooth. So you get your batter into your molds and then bake that at 160 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes until the skewer comes out clean. So we've got some here, and I see you doing a fantastic job with our icing.
Putting this together, but I think our hot water wasn't hot enough because this is not dissolving, but I can only imagine that syrupiness that it'll end up looking like, that consistency that's just
Yeah.
absolutely perfect.
So you just add a little bit more icing sugar when that happens, so
Oh,
you can
okay.
get a bit more thicker, and then you can give that a quick little stir over there.
Whipping it up.
And this is how it all comes together. So basically, we're going to drizzle that over
Over that.
our baked cakes.
But what's nice about this is that if you don't have these cute little cupcakey molds, you can use any mold that you have at home, whether it's a
Absolutely.
loaf mold.
Use a little
or-
muffin tray, or if you want to make a loaf, you know those loaf tins, you can use that as well, and
Oh,
then
brilliant.
cut it up. I mean, this is the perfect tea time treat.
Perfect tea time
Yeah.
treat. And you can try this with the kids at home. You don't have to be the only one slaving away in the kitchen. Get everyone stuck in because, ooh, this seems like it'll be even better to enjoy together.
Absolutely, and there you have some more desiccated coconut for your decoration, a little bit of lime zest, and just decorate that beautifully.
So we can kind of have fun with it, make
There
it
we
pretty.
go. How does that look?
Whether you're a
already?
perfectionist or if you like the rustic look, you can try this at home. Have fun with it. This looks really
Do
good.
the coconut bay. Do it. Yeah. There we go.
Go big or go home here in the kitchen. And remember, if you would love to try this, try it at home. SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. But if you need to see these steps one more time, here's a quick recap.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, that looks so delicious. Now, if you're in need of some great inspiration today, stay right where you are, because after the break, we meet physiotherapist Nicole van Vieren to chat about how she overcame adversity. And it is such a beautiful story. You definitely don't want to miss it. Now, remember to connect with us online and tell us which woman is your favorite game changer in the entertainment industry. Please do remember to use the hashtag Afternoon Express in your comments. We love hearing from you.
What does it mean to be the face of Ponds? A few words come to mind. Empowered. Glamorous. With new opportunities. And if you think you have what it takes, simply enter by purchasing any Ponds product and visiting faceofponds.co.za to upload your photo, your bio, and the last 4 digits of your product's unique barcode. I am the face of Ponds. Are you?
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. After falling ill in her first year of nursing school, Nicole van Vieren was diagnosed with neuromyelitis optica, an autoimmune condition which left her with a visual impairment. Her condition inspired her to pursue a career in physiotherapy, since her sense of touch, hearing and smell were heightened, making her better suited for the profession. She joins us today to share her story of triumph and how she's helping other people in her community. Nicole, welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thank you for having having me.
When I read your story, I just thought this girl is so smart. And I mean, you've been through such an ordeal and come out the end, like at the other side, like so much better for it. I mean, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here to share your story.
Thank you.
One of the reasons why I love women's health stories so much is because it teaches you so much to listen to your body, because often your body tells you when something is amiss. So you were first year nursing, healthy, happy, normal, and then your body started giving you a couple of symptoms. Do you want to take us through that, the very beginning?
Yeah, it all started, like you say, I've always been a healthy, active person, and it started off one night, I was at a braai and I had some gas cool drink, which I normally don't have, and I then got hiccups, which I associated with the drinking of the gas cool drink.
Yeah.
But then the next day, the same thing happened. After I had breakfast, I then had hiccups again, which I thought was odd, but not too crazy. So I told myself I'll take note during lunchtime. So the same thing happened. I had my lunch and then I got hiccups. So the evening came and I thought I'll tell my mom that, you know, this was weird and I don't know what, give me some advice. I told her, and actually on my way to telling her, I just vomited out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I found this very strange because I never ate anything that would have upset my stomach or anything out of the ordinary. I never felt any nausea. And we decided that I should pay attention, see for the next couple of days if the symptoms persist, and then go to the doctor, which it did. And it kept on for weeks, months, and no doctor really knew what was happening.
Yeah, and also you were misdiagnosed for a very long time.
Yes.
When did it become serious, and when did you eventually get your successful diagnosis?
So it was, like I say, it was a mystery because I wasn't having any nausea. The vomiting came out of nowhere, and the hiccuping and the vomiting lasted from when I woke up until when I went to sleep.
Yeah.
And I was in most of the hospitals in Cape Town, and like you say, I was misdiagnosed many times because of that fact of there was no nausea. It was just happening. It was my body just reacting against itself. And it got to the one, every time I was given pain medication, nausea medication, and muscle relaxants.
Yeah.
And this one time, my body responded differently to the drip that they put me on. I was experiencing a lot of pain, abdominal pain. It felt as if many hundreds of hooks was in my abdominal area and it was being ripped out. And the doctor explained to me that after months of vomiting, I was ending up vomiting bile, which was a sign that my vital organs were starting to give in, and it was disintegrating and eating each other basically. So the pain that I was experiencing was that my body was now reversing from the dying process to now living. So they still didn't know what was happening, even though my body was responding differently this time, and there was this sort of better period. And I was then discharged once again, and I was given medication which wouldn't work because I would end up vomiting, and I wouldn't be able to, the tablets,
medicine wasn't going in, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Out, yeah.
So it really got bad to the point where even sips of water I couldn't keep in.
Yeah.
And I weighed about 30 kgs, which is the normal weight for a 10-year-old.
Yeah. At this point, is that when you started losing your eyesight?
No, this was a few months before that. The vision loss. The first symptom was that when I was driving, I couldn't see as far as what I could normally, and there was this constant glare in my eyes. And I found that obviously strange. I went to the optometrist, and they said that I was already blind in my right eye, and I was half blind in my left eye. And they gave me a referral, which would be for, this was about December now, which would be in January, mid-January time. And I was just sent off home, wait for the appointment, continue with what I normally do. And
all of this was due to your autoimmune disease?
Yes.
Which was what exactly? Like, what does your autoimmune disease stand for?
So it's neuromyelitis optica, which affects, it's an autoimmune condition. So it's where your body, your immune system starts to recognize itself as a threat, and it starts to attack. So this, for neuromyelitis optica, it happens in the optic nerve and the spine. So in my case, it was the optic nerve, and it's said to be monophasic, which is the once-off occurrence.
So now that they know what it is, what kind of a treatment are you on, and how is your eyesight now?
So at the moment, I'm no longer on any treatment.
Okay.
I received plasmapheresis when I had the attack. And it was where they filtered out my plasma. They attached me to the machine, and it wasn't tested before. It was only tested for spinal condition, for the optic, for the myelitis part. And there was huge risk to it, which would be that I could end up not being able to walk because
there was a side effect.
No. There was a 12-centimeter needle that went into my femoral vein, which is millimeters away from the artery and the nerve. So any slight move could cause another change. So it wasn't a guarantee that it would bring my sight back.
Now, I mean, this is such a huge ordeal. I mean, imagine going through this as a young woman. And this part of the story is what I fell in love with you and just thought that you are the most courageous young woman ever. Is you were doing nursing and you realized because you were going blind, you actually needed to do something for your career where you could use your hands. So you started studying physiotherapy because, and I want you to explain this, where your sense of touch and smell were heightened because you were losing your eyesight. Tell me that.
So my sense of touch and hearing tripled by I don't know how much, and
how sensitive were you, and are you still as sensitive?
So not as much, because some of my vision came back. As some of my vision was coming back, my hearing went slightly back to normal, but it is still heightened. So I will hear a few rooms away, and my sense of touch is a bit more heightened, which is ideal in the profession that I am in, because it is a hands-on profession. So that was my point of choosing this career, is that, you know, I'm still in the medical field, but I'm using my new set of skills to my advantage. So it was difficult because I had to relearn everything, from pouring a glass of water to putting toothpaste on a toothbrush because of my lack of vision. So I went through that year.
What about studying? How did you go through your study books? Because I mean, did you have to learn Braille, or is your sight enough that you can read some words? Or?
So the larger and the closer, the better. So I had my notes printed out enlarged, and I also use a electronic magnifier that can allow me to read small print. And counting my steps. Luckily, at the university that I was, it was differently abled friendly. So the lines were painted at the steps, and I use a lot of my memory. I will first go environment. I'll familiarize myself with the environment, and then when I do have class there, I don't have to stumble and fall, you know.
Let me just tell you something, girl, because now you've graduated, you're qualified, and you are a physiotherapist. And not only that, I mean, how's this woman? But you're also giving back now to your community. Tell us how you're doing that.
So I started out my practice last month, and you know, while I got my experience after I qualified, I really wanted to give back to my community, because it's not that easy for everyone, it's not that easy to access medical care, especially if you don't have medical aid. And, you know, being discriminated against myself because of my visual impairment, even up until this year when I wanted to go find a job, you know, I was discriminated against, and I feel that the term disabled is, we should walk away from that and use the term differently abled. So, you know, it's not really that you are unable, because that is what disabled means, is that you are unable. And I try and encourage people to move away from that term, and I try also through making physiotherapy accessible. I want to uplift my community, so I have reduced rates, and I go out to the community. It's mostly about promoting what physio is, because not a lot of people understand that physiotherapy can help in most problems, because physiotherapists are movement experts.
And there's nobody better to do that than someone who's just got that extra gift of touch.
Yes.
Let me just tell you something. You are a queen. Wow. Thank you for sharing your story. It is remarkable.
Thank
and
you.
thank you for all of the outstanding work you're doing and sharing your story now, really motivating and inspiring so many people. You're amazing. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Oh, you're a goddess.
Nicole Van Vuren is truly amazing. Now, we've been asking you on social media, who is a female game changer in the entertainment industry? And mine happens to be standing right next to me. It's Miss Cosmo. Now, Miss Cosmo, obviously going above and beyond, as she always does, is going to be performing a mashup of 3 of her most amazing tracks. But you've also got a surprise for us at the end.
Yeah, you just gotta stick around, you know, wait for that and see what actually is gonna be happening.
Yo, I'm already heating up and you haven't even dropped one beat yet.
Yes.
But ease us into the ad break whilst we gear up for that surprise. I'm so ready for it. I got my dancing shoes on, girl.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hey. See you after the break. Hey.
It's Miss Cosmo. What does it mean to be the face of Ponds? A few words come to mind. Empowered. Glamorous. With new opportunities. And if you think you have what it takes, simply enter by purchasing any Ponds product and visiting faceofponds.co.za to upload your photo, your bio, and the last 4 digits of your product's unique barcode. I am the face of Ponds. Are you?
Yeah.
It's Miss Cosmo.
Can't find the words to express this feeling, but I love the way it sets me free. The kind of gift that keeps on giving. Deep inside, I know it's meant to be. That's the scoop from the 88, 88. That's the scoop. 88, 88. That's the scoop from the 88, 88. That's the scoop. 88, 88. Yeah.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, Miss Cosmo is proving to be one of the most multifaceted DJs of this generation. And today we get to experience her phenomenal producing skills live in studio, performing a mashup of her very own singles on which she collaborated on with the best in the game. Yeah. It's Miss Cosmo. Say it again. It's Miss Cosmo. Woo!
It's Miss Cosmo.
Let's get baked. Let's connect. Holy oxygen. Take a breath. With my dogs. Pet. Count the gross. Then count the net. I confess I've been talking a little crazy. Oh yeah. Me and all my homies. Oh yeah. Calling all the shots. Oh yeah. Barely calling home. No. Instagram captions. Yeah. Preach when you tag me. Still go to church and pray to God to let me speak like I have. When we pulled up, tools up, then we burn a zip. I put my crew up, but my family first. That connect with the stars and I float away. Tell me you're on the way. Just go straight to your seat of heaven, then you call me up. I'm only a couple turns away. Oh, yeah, I'm as young as they come, but my grow up is old. I'm sorry I rap a lot. I grew up the cold. I was raised by a Rolling Stone. That turned me into a Rolling Stone. And all you hating niggas get a pole to toe. When I'm supposed to pose up on the totem pole, I'm toe to toe with the devil. I blow the smoke in his face. I got the juice, the bevy. I had to give Noni a taste. Blowing O's and smoking J's. I think I just rolled me a case. I was quick with the come up. I didn't even put my foot on the brakes. Girl, let's get baked. Let's connect. Holy oxygen. Take a breath. With my dogs. Pit. Count the gross. Then count the net. I confess I've been talking a little crazy. Me and all my homies. Calling all the shots. Barely calling home. No. Instagram captions. Preach when you tag me. Still go to church and pray to God to let me speak like I have. Ooh, yeah.
Hey. Holla, hey, baby.
It's Miss Cosmo.
Hey, baby. I'm in the club, holla, hey, baby. I'm feeling groove, holla, hey, baby. I'm in the mood, holla, hey, baby. DJ, that's my side, holla, hey, baby. Hey, baby, hey, baby.
Like me, march to my own drum, ooh, Pisces. Yeah, you can book for the right fee, but like I tell her, I'ma tell you that we pricey. Hey, the new age, my visas, read between the three lines, Adidas. I got the kick, my linga, no main part, I'm the main bit. Zimba, startin' the book. They tryna have conversations. We spending, and you don't bring them down to my section. They drink all the booze that we flexing. Like tu fais quoi, où y'a n'importe quoi, où tu bla bla, t'as la monnaie.
Hey, baby. I'm in the club, holla, hey, baby. I'm feeling groove, holla, hey, baby. I'm in the mood, holla, hey, baby. DJ, that's my side, holla, hey, baby. Hey, baby, hey, hey, baby. Hey, baby,
That's right. Hey. Yeah. It's Miss Cosmo. Hey. Can't find the words to express this feeling, but I love the way it sets me free. The kind of gift that keeps on giving. Deep inside, I know it's meant to be. That's the school from the 88. That's the school. 88. That's the school from the 88. That's the school. 88. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Come on over, Noni.
This is what I love about the show so much. I love the show because, I mean, think of the three women that we've had on the show today. Just, it's unbelievable stories, so inspiring.
And everyone is so dynamic and different in their own way.
I know.
Absolutely bringing the magic.
And
More
I got
magic.
to interview Miss Cosmo. Well done. That was amazing.
Thank
you.
you.
Were so talented.
I mean, Miss Cosmo, is it true to say that this was the third time you've performed on TV?
Yes, it is. I mean, like I said, when I spoke to Jeannie earlier, I didn't really plan on being on this song. So for me, everything is kind of new. First time performing on TV. I still have to perform it in front of a crowd, so I'm easing myself into it.
Oh, you did incredibly.
I think you've got it.
Yeah, absolutely,
No stress for
absolutely.
you.
Now, we've been asking you on social media, who are the female game changers? We got Shoma Josie, a lot of people saying Shoma Josie.
yes.
A lot of people saying
Obsessed with
Basitsana
her.
Kumalo, of course, very exciting. Keep the conversation going online. All because the show is over doesn't mean the conversation has to stop.
Exactly.
Yep.
Who's your favorite game changer?
Jeannie D.
Yours?
Miss Cosmo.
I Claire's definitely going to go with the Miss Cosmo. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we'll be back again tomorrow,
Yes.
same time, same place. Until then, good night and God bless. Mwah.
To the cheese was big.
I'm like, sweating, girl, you got me.
Yeah. Booger Love was in beast mode. A M3 down my street, so what you want, little shine too. Have it be our soundtrack that they vibe to. Pretty young things say they come and get. Popping weedies like a young sugar. On my dynamite deep blue. Riding bike keys too out of sight. Please shoot big and gin and spicy. Jotting down these lines, I was planting my seed. Never with the rhyme, got the Deloitte. Boy, we 88, no coincidence, we stand out.
Express, made with love by Clover.
Nada. Feel Good production.